Everybody wants to talk about Deshaun, and you know, when you look at him and you decided it's his time to go in, to leave him in, how did that happen on the sideline? Did Dabo come to you and say, hey, let's leave him in? Did you go to Dabo and say, we got to leave the kid in? Or how did that all happen?
Well, I think the biggest thing was it was scripted that way, that he was going to go in, and then at that point it was going to determine how he played and whether or not we had a spark, had any did we feel like we had a opportunity to move the football a little bit better. And I think after watching Deshaun and watching him get out of trouble a couple of times and being able to make some plays as he moved around in the pocket, you know, in particular the throw to Adam on their sidelines, and we just kind of felt like that, okay, he gave us a spark, let's give him another series. And I think he goes down, we score in that next series, and it just kind of turned into, you know, we fully anticipated going back with Cole. We just didn't know. We didn't know how Deshaun was going to come out and how he was going to play. We kind of had an idea, but you know, we just kind of felt like at that point, let's run with it. Let's see how it goes. And even after coming out of halftime, you know, Coach and I were talking about it, and just still felt that you know, Deshaun gave us the best chance at that point in time, and so we ran with it, and he played well. He played really well for a true freshman to go in there.
I know you can't play the what-if game, but on his first series there was that third down play where you missed, but the flag was the offsetting fouls, and you got another shot. Do you think if you punt there, things might have been a little bit different, or?
Well, you don't know. I mean, you know, it's hard to tell. I mean, it's you just don't know. You know, we felt like that you know, he gave us the best shot at that point in time, and we ran with it. And it's a feel. You know, we see them every day. We're out here every day with them in practice. I've watched every snap that both of them have taken. You know, I know what they can do good, and I know what you know, what one of them's deficiency is, maybe another one's strength, and so we just felt like that was what we needed at that point in time.
Chad, going forward, Deshaun starts on Saturday night. Is it another situation where Cole gets in the first half like Deshaun had done, or is it just going to be however you guys think at the time?
Well, I think that's going to be determined on how well Deshaun plays.
Yeah.
You know, we've said it from the get-go. There's no lifetime contract to be a quarterback here, and I think that as we've said to this point, you know, Cole is it's not necessarily how Cole has played. Cole's played well. I know he wished that he would have had that pass back to Leggett. Now, had we completed that pass and he goes in and scores, would Cole have went back in the ball game? We don't know that. It would have been hard not to put him back in the ball game. He just threw a touchdown pass, and let's see. I mean, but you don't know those things. But I think, you know, right now, you know, Cole earned the job coming out of spring. He earned the job coming out of fall camp. It's not really necessarily how Cole has played that's caused the situation. It's more so how Deshaun has played. And I think he's earned that. But again, you know, visiting with Cole, and you know, he's an unbelievable competitor, and his time will come back again, and he'll be ready for his time. He's going to play again. But you know, as far as at what point in time, we don't know that.
So while maybe he's obviously, I'm guessing, disappointed, he's on board with everything. It's not going to be
sure, he's a competitor.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a competitor, and you know, and you've been with a guy for 4 years, and he's poured his heart and soul into this program, and you hurt with him, you hurt for him. You know, I visited with him for a long time last night. He and I just sat and talked, and you know, and he's extremely supportive of Deshaun. You know, obviously he wants to play, and he wanted to play the other night, but you know, my message to him is just to be ready for when your opportunity comes, because it's going to come back, and you got to be ready for that opportunity, and you know, you're going to get to play, and be ready for that opportunity, and he and I, you know, we had a chance to really talk and sit down, and you know, That's the biggest thing. He is a great competitor.
You said that Deshaun hasn't been. He struggled with the under center snaps. I mean, has he taken a lot of them here? What
here, yes. I mean, we've. And I know where you're going, so let's just get it out there. Because you asked me the other day, and I'm good. And I have nothing to hold back. It was a coaching decision. I chose not to go underneath center. 4 plays later, we get the ball inside the 2-yard line, and we snap it out of the shotgun, and we go score. Had the ball not sailed over the head, we'd never be asking this question right now. If you'd have told me, hey, the ball's going to sail over the head, I'd have said, hey, let's get underneath center. But I don't think anybody knows that. But I do know this, and this is what I do know as a coach and as a coordinator. I do know what his deficiencies have been. He hadn't played underneath center in his high school very often, if any. And I do know in short yardage situation, I'm sure you'd ask him, he'd probably tell you the same thing. As of last Thursday, we fumbled snap coming up from underneath center in a short yardage situation in a practice setting. And so that has been a deficiency for him, and that's something that we've got to work on. We've got a quarterback sneak in our game plan. We got a quarterback sneak in our system. It wasn't, like I said, you tell me, hey, we're going to snap it over his head. I'd said, yeah, well, I'd at least taken a chance and get him underneath center and hope it doesn't happen. But so yeah, that's something we've definitely got to get better at with him. Had it been Cole, we would have been in a different situation right there. I don't know. I really don't know.
We see this all over. It's just not you. We see this all over football, high school, even in the NFL.
We've scored a lot of points since I've been here.
Yeah.
And we've snapped a lot of balls in shotgun situations inside the 5-yard line. It's not going to change. We're going to be who we are. We do have to get better in some of those regards, especially in some short yardage situations. Middle of field stuff, that's a whole different ballgame. But when you're in a solid up front across the, that's something that he's got to get better at in being able to understand and put pressure back to what you're saying.
But the question I was trying to say is why has it changed so much? Why do coaches all across the country do that? Have a guy when you're at the 1-yard line in the shotgun. Tell me the philosophy.
You do what you do, and that's the biggest thing. Auburn. I talked to Coach Malzahn. Auburn led the country last year in rushing. They snapped the ball underneath center, and you do what you do. And again, if we all knew the outcome, what the outcome was going to be, it's always easier to second guess. But let me just 4 plays later, inside the 2-yard line, we snap it in the gun and we go in and score. And so it is. It's